then dropped him, and now who knows how he does on a new team with a new identity.
Well, we will get to find attacking teams on what they want to remove. Sometimes you'll see that Bandit Kaid combo. Sometimes you'll see like an Azami Tuberout combo. Warden is usually paired with Kaid, but it goes to the Clash again. We don't have
on Spacestation, Forest used to play this an awful lot. DarkZero knows this map. It was for a period of time one of their favorite maps, albeit with a different look and different composition. But it seems like they can change out the roster, but they still find the same success. 2 minutes in, DarkZero strikes first. They take out Yaga on stairs and will now continue to creep up to the bomb site. It's just out of reach for Spirits, but he's got a shield in his face. Who will slow him down?
Nate's going to come down and open up the wall. Pamba finds an opening pick again onto Gomez. Grixer knows he needs to do something drastic, but he's caught on a drone, and he really doesn't have that element of surprise anymore. Who's going to step up for OXG? Because this push has been perfect from DarkZero.
Logic bombs will go off, and Forrest getting hit with the double whammy as now he's being watched by Citizen, but of course, that tracker goes both ways. No mute jammers on the board, so nothing to stop that gadgetry. Forrest is watching as he sees the shield of Spirits walk on in. Pamazu dies at the hands of Grixer, who has not relinquished control upstairs, and he'll find himself fighting a second, but NJR gets the perfect swing. It was Forrest last alive. Oxygen kept getting distracted by him because you can't leave a Blackbeard alone when he's running right at you.
Typically, Spirits likes the Monty on this site. Not available. Continues to make space. Gomez actually opens, and they get a good shot to kill Spirits, but didn't quite find it. Nade kill will finish off Gomez, which means that Yaga has to get out.
Yaga's just waiting, baiting for somebody to take an engagement here. There goes an Adrenal Surge to give a bit more staying power to DarkZero. Spirits following up and doing the damage himself, and Yaga is punished for it. Grixer and Adam are the last two left. A quiet first round from Adam. He's got a read from above. Grixer on the board in this round. That's the Solus, an operator seldom seen. DZ now had seemed to attempt the plant. Nafe will find a second opportunity as it's a play from behind as Grixer punishes Spirits, flips over and takes down Nafe with them. Pambazu now, hat in hand, completely helpless. He'll have to scramble to get back upstairs and take the engagement head on as Grixer and Adam still remain standing. Grixer's been reduced in terms of HP, but he'll dodge these flames, holding this position with a shotgun in close range. Pambazu wants the fight, and he might get it, but not in the way that he wants. Grixer seals the deal, and OXG, etc., needed to be used to ensure that you weren't being pounced upon. Citizen almost gets 2 for his trouble. Okay, that happened in the previous round, won his team round number 2, so we talk about impact frags. If Grixer stays at 5 kills for the remainder of the match, which would be bad, at least he'd still find some very important kills that resulted in a round being won. Gomez dies, Yaga dies, Adam dies. Grixer's last one left. A flawless round for DarkZero is on the board. It won't happen. Grixer gets Spirits right as Spirits drops the shield.
Be shocked if this wasn't a Blackbeard ban. Answered out from OXG. There it goes. Too. The logic bombs are great, but if Adam's able to shut off that phone as he is, Grixer's still nearby, you've got problems.
Pambazu finding Adam. Yaga dies again. OXG has a bad habit of all collapsing at roughly the same time. I mean, maybe that's credit to DZ for being so practiced. Grixer again, when left to his own devices, is so successful. Not this time. The mayor himself punishing him on the way to a potentially successful re-election. Gomez and Forrest last 2 alive. Again, we talked about these anchor operators. Smoking it to Chankar, 2 of the best that you can have with only 45 seconds remaining in the round. Where do you place that gadgetry? Where do the gas canisters go? Do you get aggressive and go for peaks? Because at this point, DZ outnumbers you 2-1. Forrest sitting just off site. Gomez was in the heart of it. And he will now rotate to be a bit more aggressive as he gets hunted down by Citizen's death mark. They'll know where each other is, leaving Forrest as the question mark, who's now watching the hatch as a drop will come out. He misses an opportunity, gets the down onto Spirits. Another body could fall too. Gomez picked apart. The drop goes in. Forrest lighting him up, but Pambazu gets both of them. Double flash will go in, and DarkZero will look for an entry point here as the smokes go out as well. NJR in the midst of it, searching for something. Diffuser going down in the hands of Navy's at the halfway point, but nobody's watching Forrest from above. NJR failed at his one job. Because of that, Nafe goes down. Yaga is spotted by NJR. That was an earlier target, Jesse. Now it's Grixer's turn to sustain some damage here at the hands of Pambazu. Forrest gunning down Citizen, still unshaken from this position above. A 2v2 as the diffuser now successfully put down by NJR. Forrest picked off, and it leaves Adam with just a single kill through these 5 rounds as last man standing. Because of this heavy upstairs hold, Adam has one hell of a job in front of him. He needs to go down to the case, figure out where these last 2 players are. Are they nearby? Are they outside? Are they sitting on the diffuser? What drones or auxiliary gadgets are around? All of those considerations lead him to a bit of hesitation, in which he's punished by the mayor. Are still in Mexico, as far as I'm aware. We'll be playing up against Spacestation in our final match of the day. SSG will almost certainly be favorites just based on the way that these regional leagues have played before, but you never really know. Keep in mind, Cloud9 were not the favorites, yet they still beat Wildcard. Teams coming to not early blows, Jesse, but Grixer dies, Nath dies, and both teams now in a 4v4 with just a bit over a minute to go.
Yeah, Nath not in a super safe spot. He died from the vert, but he had a flank that would have killed him about 2 seconds later. Pamba is watching for the flank now and easily shuts it down from Gomez. Was at a tough match so far. The captain of Oxygen Esports yet to really find a lot of impact. Now it's a man advantage with 60 seconds to play with in this round from DarkZero. While I didn't love the start from Nath, still has been a dominant position. They've got a lot of players up here on the north. Getting past Forest on this smoke is going to be the next job.
There go the Candelas. Forrest is prepared and waiting before that Candela can go off. A simple shotgun blast to the chest, and it's game over for Spirits. DZ has their 3 top fraggers still standing, so if there were anybody that you would entrust with this round, it's got to be NJR, Pamba, and Citizen. Now it's Pamba's turn to go back down below. Forrest has been dropped. Should be an easy secure. I don't know if the Selma works that way. Will it claim him? No, it does not. Oh, yes, it did. He just crawled out of the way. Adam on a single point of HP. Yaga still at full HP, and it's Adam to get the kill with the super. Shorty, Yaga on the board as well, and it's all up to Citizen with 2 seconds left. All Yaga needs to do is hide.
Bans coming through. A smoke ban is a little bit odd. Again, usually on this map, you would see a zombie, Tubarao, Warden, maybe some wall denial operators. It's going to be smoke any easy way in, with Spirit spamming one way, Dreadmines another, and Bandit batteries over here.
I mean, that's what happens when you lose your hard breach early. You said it yourself. The job just became infinitely harder. The Monty of Forest will now challenge Pambazoo in this direction. He cuts off a line of sight. Now the Monty will toil all on his own. Grixer drops the hands of NJR. A drop down for Pambazoo, but Forest is the only one standing. He finds a single kill onto Pamba, but he's only got 2 seconds left, Jesse. What is he going to be able to pull off? Not much. He takes down NJR before the timer runs out. He brings them amongst all the other little pieces of nuisance that she adds. NJR dies at the hands of Yaga. That's DZ, suffering through a first death. They haven't really been in this position all that frequently. And with 30 seconds left, you're going to need every single player primed and accounted for. Pambazoo from above sees that Sen's wall and will now shoot out those Molotovs to try and stop the defuse plant from going down, but he's completely blind to Yaga's position. Yaga has actually evaded all of the flames, and OXG gets away with the diffuser, planted successfully. Adam is picked off as he tries to get out of the vicinity by Nath, but now the clock will run against DarkZero as they have to choose where these OXG players are on very limited information. Forest guns down Citizen. Spirits trades it right back, but the timer is unrelenting. Nath, Spirits, and Pambazoo against Gomez, Grixer, and Yaga. Pambazoo trying to take that bottom floor. So much of this has been played on the middle floor. Kills coming in for DZ, but what about the clock? They are at halfway. Grixer is still situated under the stairs. He gets all of them, and there's only a second left as he finishes off Pambazoo. The push coming back to the site works. Just say, well, we don't have enough time to deal with droning it, so let's just go for maybe a bit more of a linear push. On a map like Bank, you'll get punished for that, for not taking control of that middle floor. On Layer, it's just really big. Sometimes you can benefit from just going straight for the throat, and that's exactly what OXG seems to do, by the way. They greet every single member of DarkZero with a little bullet salute. Nath and Citizen are the last 2 left. The British boys, as they have to deal with OXG's overwhelming numbers and a diffuser being planted at the same time. Citizen finding Grixer. What remains of him, at least, is now that middle floor we talked about, not controlling it. It's going to hurt the defenders. A bit of a bottle job by Nath, as now Citizen will need 3 more. He won't even get 1. A lockout from OXG.
On DarkZero, One more ban apiece. Could be a Blackbeard to come out from the defensive side. They actually banned the
over. And a victor being crowned in round number 10. Just as we said, no isolated engagements right now. All spread out, attackers taking their time, defenders repositioning to anticipate where the plan is going to come in. And it's Forest with that diffuser in hand, reduced to smithereens. Yaga, technically the first pick, but Nath eliminating Forest means the diffuser has been surrendered and somebody from OXG will be forced to retrieve it unless they can clear the board with kills. This looks a little bit less likely. Gomez drops, Grixer drops, Adam drops, Yaga drops as well. DZ let Oxygen with 40 seconds to go. He just needs to catch one player of OXG off guard. He seems to want to do that. Yaga eliminating Spirits. Numbers go back to even with 30 seconds left, Jesse. Now, OXG struggled with the clock last time. Grixer's punished by Citizen, and now the mad scramble for OXG will occur. Adam punishing NJR only after losing Yaga. Forest will drop, and it's all up to Adam to save the match for his team. He's come online, but maybe a bit too late for OXG. This will be their last gasp at this round. And Pambazoo says